phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get... Coming up,
they'll come out throwing here on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. There he goes, left side. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Caps are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something?
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk to their score.
They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Yeah, this pass broken up. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that a free 15 yards.
And it's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times it's inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Caps have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man. That's Ayuk. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they go there and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And they're not able to hook. Incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage excellent there downfield. And it he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down now, but that clock rolling. Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now Saquon Barkley breaks a tackle. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now back to throw. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll run it here with Pierce. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now a first throw here in overtime. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Pierce. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, you never know what you're going to expect when you come to the stadium to call a game. Sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones, sometimes you get great ones, and that's what we had here. What an exciting finish on that last big play.
And I think that as we look at it, when you're talking about a great finish, which went along with a game that obviously was dramatic because we did get into overtime, what type of play calls do you have left? What have you not shown? Or what have you made an adjustment to what you've worked out all the way through that's going to give you the play we saw to win the game? Because I know everyone's thinking that was something that they just drew up. It might have been something they've been working on, and now they got the right matchup.
So for the home team here, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get to stay home again next week as Washington comes to town. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA.